Hey guys, it's Tanika and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have a review on the newly improved Maybelline Superstay Foundation. I have been wearing and testing this foundation out for around 2 weeks now. So in this video I'm going to be going over the shades, giving you some swatch comparisons, also giving you a demo and talking about the wear time. If this sounds good to you, then give this video a thumbs up and let's get into it. You all know the drill by now. I'm going to start with the details. I picked up the two lightest shades from the US range, 102 Fair Porcelain and 110 Porcelain. I say the US range because the shades differ between countries. In the US, there are 16 shades to choose from, and although that isn't a lot, they do have a variety from very light, light, medium, and deep. This product comes with 30 mils and it retails for $11.99. Here in Australia, there are 14 shades to choose from, and the variety isn't as good. They are more in the light to medium category. Again, you get 30 mils of product and it retails for $24.95. In Australia, the lightest shade is True Ivory, and this is definitely too dark for someone with my complexion. So that is why I went ahead and picked up these two shades from the US range, and I got them from eBay for around $20 each. If I can find the seller that I bought them from, I will link it down in the description box below. I've tested out both of these shades. 102 Fair Porcelain has more of a cool undertone, and 110 Porcelain is more neutral. And so I think that 110 is a better match for me, as 102 can be a bit too light. It doesn't talk about the finish of the foundation at all, but I would say it is a demi-matte formula. It's one that I find really comfortable and it's not extremely drying and matte. Now on the website, the foundation claims to be a lightweight, high impact coverage formula that glides onto the skin for flawless makeup finish that lasts all day. It also says that it is oil-free and doesn't clog pores. And you know what? I can happily agree with all of these claims. How good is that? It says it's full coverage, and praise Jesus, it is. I was seriously so shocked at the coverage when I applied this, in a good way, because usually some foundations say they're full coverage and they're not. This one, oh, it is. With such a full coverage, you would think that it's going to feel really heavy on the skin, but that's not the case at all. It is very lightweight and blends really beautifully into the skin. I did try it with and without a primer, and I got better results with a primer. I used my all-time favorite Stila One Step Correct. The days that I wore this, I did try and keep it on for long periods of time so that I could really have a look at how it wore. And after 11 hours, it was still looking really good. It did settle into some of the fine lines on my forehead, which happens with every foundation. I've just got lots of lines up there. And I did get a little oily through my T-zone, but nowhere near as bad as I usually get. So this foundation does do a really good job at controlling oils. I was also really happy with this foundation because it stayed in full contact around my nose. And if you've watched any of my other foundation reviews, you would know that is the place where it just wants to fade away first. Let's get into a demo of the foundation now so you can see how it applies. Alright, so I have already applied some primer and done a little bit of color correcting under my eyes. I'm not actually going to color correct any of my blemishes with a green concealer as I usually would, because I want to show you how this foundation actually covers pimples and blemishes. So as you can see, I do have quite a few monsters down on my jawline here and up on my face, and then I've got the usual redness throughout my chin and cheeks. As for my skin type, I do have normal combination skin. I get a little oily throughout my T-zone, but the rest of my face is pretty normal besides from my breakouts. And so around these breakouts, I can tend to get a little bit dry. So the foundation comes in this nice sleek glass bottle, and it does have a pump. Fantastic. I'm just going to pump the foundation onto a mixing palette. One pump does 1/2 of my face, so I'm just going to go in and dab this over one side. I do prefer to blend out my foundation with a kabuki style brush. I find that I get a better coverage, and then once I've done that, I like to go over the top with a beauty blender just to remove any streak marks that may have been left from the brush. So that is what one pump looks like on half of my face. The coverage is just amazing. I am so impressed. So this is how it went at covering up those pimples on my jawline. You can still see the marks. As I said, I would usually color correct and then put concealer over them because they are quite big blemishes. But for just a foundation, I think that has done a really, really good job at covering them up. And then as you can see on my cheeks here, all my redness is covered. I think it looks really nice. Now I'll insert some swatches so you can get a feel for the shades. Okay, so first of all, we have the Maybelline Superstay in 102 Fair Porcelain. And this one is the Maybelline Superstay in 110 Porcelain. So you can see the difference here. The first shade is a lot more cool toned, whereas this one is more neutral. Next, I have the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation in 110 Porcelain. And as you can see, they are pretty much the same shade. The Fit Me just doesn't have as much coverage. Next, I have the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation in 110 Angel Food. This one is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation in Ivory Light. And this one here is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in 100. Overall, this foundation has worked so well for me, and if you love full coverage, I would definitely recommend giving this one a go. If I had to choose between the Fit Me and the Superstay, I would go the Superstay because it has more coverage and the longevity is just amazing. The Fit Me foundation is still a really great option and one that I will reach for, but maybe when I'm having a better skin day and I don't need as much coverage. Let me know down below if you have tried this foundation yet and what your thoughts are on it. Also leave me a comment if you know why they don't release the same shades in different countries. It's really annoying that these pale shades aren't released in Australia. Like, I don't understand. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today and I covered everything you need to know. If not, just leave me your questions in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!